Afternoon everybody, welcome back to Birmingham Wildlife Conservation Park for the latest in our Wednesday Facebook Live videos. Today we're carrying on with our alphabet theme. We're up to the letter P, and this week P is going to stand for pied tamarin. So yeah, we're going to hopefully see the tamarins. They are popping in and out of the hatch at the moment, so yeah, we'll just have to be a bit patient with these guys. You can see them just there. You can see them in the indoor area, just to the left of the picture there. As ever, feel free to send in your questions and comments and things like that. I'll do my best to answer them for you. But otherwise, we will crack on. Just a quick side note: that noise you can hear in the background is our very noisy pair of red ruff lemurs. So, if you were watching the videos over the last couple of weeks and I've said how noisy they get, yeah, you can finally hear it now. Every now and then you can hear them shouting, so like that. Bless them. So yeah, it's a great noise. But anyway, we'll focus on the pied tamarins here rather than the lemurs next door. Yes, so pied tamarins are a species of tamarin, as the name suggests. Tamarins and marmosets are all in the same family, called the callitrichid family, and they're all made up of, small monkeys. Try and move towards the middle here. So yeah, tamarins are all very small monkeys, and the family does include the smallest of all monkeys, the pygmy marmoset. Obviously, pied tamarins are a little bit larger than a pygmy marmoset, but yeah, all tamarins don't get much bigger than these guys. Lion tamarins are the largest, but these guys are a fairly large species. Hi everybody, hi Mary, Judith, Lorraine, hope you're all okay. I think we've got a better view here now, there we go. So yes, pied tamarins are found in Brazil, and they have got a very limited range. They're actually only found around the city of Manaus, so in and around the city of Manaus is the only place that you can actually find pied tamarins in the wild. And yeah, this small range, along with a couple of other things, are kind of why these guys are now classed as critically endangered in the wild by the IUCN. Hi Zeno, good to see you watching. Yeah, so it was up until 2015 these pied tamarins were classed as endangered, and then they were upgraded to critically endangered in 2015. And yeah, they do face a number of threats. Like I say, the small range that they've got just around the one city of Manaus is one of those kind of it's one of those reasons for the endangered status. You also then get the kind of human pressures that living in and around the city has. So habitat encroachment for housing and farmland and things like that. Conflicts with domestic species such as dogs and cats and things like that, and they are also taken for the pet trade. So yeah, a number of reasons why they are critically endangered, thanks to us humans. Hi Sue, good to see you watching today. Try and get a bit of a better view. A little bit difficult whenever I move, they move. About to see them there. It's not actually just human encroachment though that is causing this species to be at risk. Another tamarin species, the red-handed tamarin, encroaches into kind of the pied tamarins range, and it does actually outcompete the pied tamarin. So yeah, that's another reason why these guys are struggling in the wild, is because there's another tamarin species out there that's encroaching on the range of the pied tamarin and actually doing a bit of a better job. So yeah, they face threats not just from people, which is obviously what the majority of animals face, but they do face threats from kind of conspecifics as well, which is a bit of a strange one, but it is a shame. So I know these videos and these pictures today are a little bit awkward, but pied tamarins are quite a sensitive and quite a shy species, so I don't want to be going indoors with them. I don't want to be kind of freaking them out with me in there talking. They're not particularly used to me anyway, because I don't really work with these guys. So yeah, that's why we're just getting shots through the outdoor enclosure. Thankfully we can just about see them jumping around inside, but yeah, we don't want to be stressing them out too much. And that's why here part of the enclosure is set back in the woodland here. So I'll just do a quick show. So obviously the enclosure's here in the woodland, set back away from the path, so the path's just down there beyond the fence there, and goes away that way. So off that way is the red ruffed lemur enclosure and the nocturnal house, and then behind this way is the porcupines and the meerkats. But yeah, it's quite important for us to let them have a bit of privacy, because they are quite sensitive primates. So we've got a group of 4 individuals, I believe it is, a mum and 3 of her sons. Just trying to get a bit of a better shot so we're not just focusing on a leaf. That's a bit better. Yeah, we lost our breeding male Freddie, I think it was last year or the year before, I can't quite remember. So we are now just left with mum and sons, who just live quite happily as a family group. In the wild they're generally found in groups between 4 and 15, so yeah, we've got a nice little group here of the 4 of them. Yeah, not sure what the long-term plan is with these guys. I think for now it's just keeping them as they are, and we'll kind of go from there after that. It's not too bad actually, Sue. It's holding off a little bit today. It was quite wet this morning, but now it's just a little bit drizzly. And where we are now with the in the woodland, it's not too bad at all. So pied tamarins feed on a range of things in the wild. They'll eat fruits and nectar, but also insects, small vertebrates, eggs, things like that. And here at the park we feed him a kind of a fruit and veg mix, a little bit of protein, monkey cake, things like that as well. And things like that. So yeah, we just try and replicate their diet as best we can. So they do have a similar diet to the rest of the primate, the rest of the tamarins and marmosets here, but theirs is slightly different. It's a little bit higher in protein and things like that. I shouldn't have said anything about the weather because it just started chucking it. Typical. Yeah, so that's all it is with the enclosure here, Judith. They're just quite sensitive animals. They just need that little bit of privacy. Obviously we've had really good breeding success with these guys. Obviously not currently because we lost our breeding male, but yeah, the fact that we are set back away from the path, they've got a little bit of privacy. They're sheltered by the woods and things like that. It's yeah, it works really well for them. So hopefully in the future we can kind of start breeding with them again. All depends on what the coordinator's saying, things like that. But yeah, for now they're, like you say, Mary, they're a happy little family. So yeah, they are quite strange looking tamarins. You know, the fur that they've got is kind of split down the middle. Top half is white, bottom half brown, and then they've got these completely bare heads and faces. I believe when they were first kind of discovered, they were thought of as a kind of subspecies to cotton top tamarins, but they are their own distinct species. But yeah, you can see the similarities between a pied and a cotton top. Yeah, still Lorraine. It all depends really on what the coordinators want to do with the species. As far as I'm aware, I haven't heard anything about any moves with these guys, anything coming in or anything going out. But I don't work with these guys, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on with them. But yeah, it's just a waiting game really, wait and see what's going on. Yeah, they're lovely, aren't they, Matt? Yeah, very, very nice little things. So yeah, when you visit us, obviously we've got 7 different species of calitrichid, and the ones that we've got that are most closely related to these guys are like I say, the cotton top tamarins, but also the emperor tamarins. They're all in the same genus, Seguinus. Then things like the lion tamarins are slightly more distantly related, and then the Geldes monkeys and the pygmy marmosets as well are a little bit more distantly related again. No, still no female red panda Xena. Yeah, still no luck with that. So yeah, like I say, we will let you know as soon as she arrives. But no, still nothing yet. Mo's still enjoying his peace and quiet at the moment. Yeah, right then guys, it has just started ticking it down a little bit more. So yeah, feel free to send in any last minute questions. Otherwise we will wrap up in a couple of minutes. Yeah, I'm quite glad I'm sheltered here in the woods. So tamarins, in general, Xena, in captivity up to around 15 to 20, which seems to be the answer I give for everything, but the majority of stuff seems to live 15 to 20 in captivity. In the wild, obviously a little bit less. Like I say, the threats I talked about earlier that are kind of major issues for them. They are also prone to being predated. They've got a couple of predators such as eagles and snakes and cat species and things like that. But yeah, you know, all those things can lead to a shorter lifespan. Hi Tim, good to see you watching, mate. Right, all the tamarins have disappeared, and I think it's because the rain just got quite heavy and quite loud. So let's see what's going on around here. Ah, there they are. So yeah, you can just see them. It all cozied up for a second. Oh, no worries, Judith. We're used to it. Right then guys, I think we will call it a day there, because it is chucking it down. I don't know if my phone will last. So yeah, thank you for tuning in as ever. We'll be back same time next week with the letter Q, which is a difficult one, but we'll come up with something. And yeah, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week guys.